Hey, what's up, guys? I thought I'd just hop on real quick and highlight this market maker sell model that I'm currently in on the 1 minute, um, Sunday morning trading. So I was just kind of watching the market open. I was doing some pre-analysis for tomorrow, and I noticed we were moving pretty aggressively away from the new week opening gap. So I was like, okay, it seems like the market has somewhere to go. So I kind of watched it drop down, and I was watching it, and it was like respecting PD arrays pretty nicely. As you can see, we had the really large drop, hopped into that fair value gap, came down, came up, treated this as an order block, broke lower, respected this fair value gap, didn't break above this high, and then broke lower. Then you can see on the 5 minute we broke lower right here. Let me get to the 15 minute. 5 minute we had this little fair value gap right here. We came up into it and then broke aggressively lower, and that was right here, broke aggressively lower, came up, consequent encroachment of this fair value gap right here, came lower, and then we kind of consolidated here. And I was kind of doing some analysis, looking at some other stuff while this was all happening, and I realized after this consolidation, I was like, okay, there's nothing to do here. And I was kind of watching. I wasn't really watching between here and here. And when I came back, I saw this, and I was like, okay, there's clearly nothing to do. You just but wait. And I saw it kind of aggressively run up. And what really drew my attention was this 15-minute up close candle. So okay, we haven't had an up close candle. We got a fair value gap up close candle. It lined up nicely with, we hadn't had a 5-minute retracement in a while. That 15-minute order block lined up nicely with a 5-minute order block. And when I drew a fib on this 15-minute, I noticed that we came up perfectly to the mean threshold of it and then rejected. And when I looked at that, as this up candle was forming, I was like, okay, I wonder if it's going to turn here. And then I noticed, okay, we have this accumulation here. This is looking a lot like a market maker sell model. Where's my box? We have the original accumulation. We kind of have the first stage. Now, if you went down to say like a 30-second, this would probably look a lot nicer. We have the first stage, second stage, up here, smart money reversal at a higher time frame. In this case, remember it's fractal, so 15-minute is this higher time frame. And then we broke lower. I was hoping I could get an entry right here, didn't get one. Saw this fair value gap, after seeing how aggressively we came down, I highlighted this. I want to see if we respected it. We didn't. We closed below it, came back up. I market entered at the bottom of this fair value gap. Then we broke lower. That was nice to see. We had a volume imbalance right here. So this right here, I considered the first stage redistribution. Broke lower. Volume imbalance. Also, a 5-minute fair value gap. This is the second stage redistribution, and as you can see, we broke very aggressively lower off of that second stage, running below the original accumulation. And we came down here, and what I really did was I just kind of moved my stop right above this fair value gap, just to see if we wanted to be sensitive, touch above it, and then come down lower. What I'm actually going to do now is move this here. I'm wondering if we're going to get down to this new week opening gap. But one of the things that really made me want to let this thing run, I'm in here with one contract. I don't trade Sundays that often. Actually, I'm going to move this right to there. Something that made me really think this was going to have legs to run was the fact that on the daily, if you watched my market review or my weekly forecast, I was kind of explaining how I think we could retrace this week on the weekly. I think we're due for a weekly retracement. I'll be watching to see if tap into this weekly fair value gap. But on the daily, we came above this high right here, and we couldn't really close a body above it. And then this daily candle right here really was giving bearish order block. So I was kind of thinking, I wonder if this will be like a bearish order block. I was looking at the dollar too. I'm just kind of rambling here. I was looking at the dollar, and the dollar really looks like looks bullish. And this is a pretty nice area for a reversal, in my opinion. I'm not going to classify it a reversal yet, just because we really are due for just a minor pullback off of this bull run we've been having the past few weeks. So I'm expecting, a pullback. Is it a reversal? Too early to tell. We're not going to try and pick a top, but I was thinking, if we are about to have a down week, and just how aggressive in this Sunday open we came off of this new week opening gap. That is the new week opening gap, right? Yep. Yeah, I was like, okay, let's see what the market wants to do here. What I'm doing right now, so honestly, the where I should have taken my partial off at was the bottom of this original accumulation, because that would have completed the market maker sell model. But as you can see, as it went through that original accumulation low, it really plummeted. So I kind of just took my limit order off, and I was like, I'm just going to trail a stop. As you can see, we kind of pulled back here. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put it above that up close candle. Again, what I'm really doing is I'm trailing it pretty tight here, because all I want to do is capture heaviness at this point. Like if it's just getting really, really heavy, then I don't want to get in the way of it. I'm not going to try and make, because it's looking kind of like a freight train. So I don't want to get in the way of this freight train, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trail this stop. I mean, this was a pretty beautiful trade. So whether we get stopped out 104 ticks or like 95, that's fine. I am excited for this week. I don't know if I am going to trade. I will be on tomorrow morning, but I don't know if we'll take a trade. Again, I think it'll be important to see how Monday prints. But I'm excited. I'm excited to close out this month. And I'm excited because there's a lot of people kind of following the YouTube channel. Wasn't expecting much of anything, but we got 120 followers, so appreciate you guys. I appreciate anybody who's watching these videos, and I'm gonna try and be a little more dialed in with the live streams. I think I was kind of reflecting on the past 2 weeks, and I could feel my discipline slipping a little bit. It was also just a not ideal time to trade. The reason I didn't live stream this was because I really want the YouTube channel to be focused on the silver bullet time window, and this is not a silver bullet trade. This is a market maker sell model on a Sunday. And I think one of the things that really helped me a lot with profitability was really narrowing my time window of when I was focusing on trades, and then you can expand it out from there. But I think early on I was really shooting myself in the foot, because I was trying to read the market 24/7, and I didn't really know when it was, when it was a time to pay attention and when it wasn't a time to pay attention. So it was just, that was hard. But again, so one of the reasons why I think this was a time to pay attention was just because how aggressively we came off of this new week opening gap. Normally, I feel like when we have the Sunday open, and it'll meander around, but this showed the market really wanted to move, and it was a good trade. So I kind of wanted to hop on a recording and kind of talk about it. Yeah, so again, coming into this week, we'll be looking to see if we want to get into this daily fair value gap. I like how this daily is nested inside of this weekly, and it also has a 4-hour nested inside here. Because we have so many things nested, what we'll be doing is we'll be zooming down. So we got the 4-hour, but then I don't have it highlighted here, but eventually we'll zoom down to the hour. I mean, these lows are pretty significant right here, so I think we'll know. It'll either like close a body below. If it closes a body below these lows, we're probably going to want to see a deeper discount. Again, we're in so much of a premium on the weekly. We could retrace a lot and still be in a bullish weekly structure. But again, exciting stuff, cool stuff. Hope you're excited for the week.